How are y'all doing?
Hey Hunter, how's this camp different for you? Has it been kind of weird with the testing? What's been your daily process like so far?
Yeah, it's been different for sure. Different. I guess my first training camp last year was Hard Knocks. That's the one thing that's different. Uh, just from in the past, this COVID has thrown everybody for a wrench. There's a lot of negatives that come out of it, a lot of things that you don't want. But for me, I'm trying to find the positive in it. I'm trying to find the positive in everything that's going on, and so it's shaken up the schedule a little bit, but it's been good. It's been good to try new things, do new things, some more times in some areas, and so I feel like it's been a good camp so far.
Hey Hunter, it's Tashawn Reed from The Athletic. I have a non-football question here. I saw last month your wife posted on Instagram, I believe, that you all are expectant. What are your emotions surrounding that?
Yeah. No, I mean we're extremely thankful. Um, um, it's going to be after the Super Bowl, so we're excited about that. Planned that a little bit out. So I think when we won the national championship at Clemson, I got a dog like right after the national championship, and now we're getting a kid right after, hopefully the Super Bowl this year. And so we just couldn't be more excited and thankful. So, thank you. Yeah.
Hunter, this is Hondo Carpenter from Sports Illustrated. There's a lot of different ways guys have dealt with the pandemic. I'm just curious how much you've relied on your faith.
Yeah, no, absolutely. For me, I'm a Christian, so I have kind of a past worldly view, I guess you could say. That there's a lot of craziness going on right now, but I've just been so thankful that I can rely guys on the team and in my faith that our treasures aren't in this world. And so no matter what's happening and going on today, all the bad stuff, all the brokenness, that I'm living for something better and down the road. And so that's just kind of how I've been dealing with it, the comfort in it. Still doesn't take away from all the tragedy and the craziness that's going on, but just gives you a glimmer of hope and light that you can be able to navigate through it.
Hunter, it's Ed Rainier, Las Vegas News Journal. You have young receivers in the position you were in last year, and the pads are now. Small sample size, but how can you help them? What do you talk them through in terms of the next several weeks of trying to adjust to that level?
It's been so impressive to watch them play. Honestly, I feel like last year I was messing up a route or just a concept every other play, and you barely have any with them. Just the intelligence that they're bringing. It really has been very impressive. Whether it's a freshman coming in college, or I guess my second training camp watching rookies come in, I mean they're two of the best I've ever seen between Brian and Henry for sure. And then be able to, because you have so much just going on in your head of how you want to. Just making sure you line up the right way and then how you want to attack these guys, but there's no technique. And what's been impressive is they're finding ways to kind of remember what to do and then finding better ways to do it as the camp goes along and as the practice goes along. And for me, just the fundamental side of it for them, that's been what's been most impressive. Being able to be comfortable with getting lined up right and the play call, being able to process it fast, because we go fast. Derek's very smart and he likes to keep people on their toes, but to be able to work some technique in with it, and it's fun to be around. The competitiveness with Nelson Aguilar coming in as Zay Jones, it's just been one of the more fun camps so far for me. Just you don't go out there and you look at the clock and wonder when practice is going to be over. You're competing every day. I mean, you're competing last period. You're just trying to outdo. Because Nelly will go out there and make a great play. Then Henry will, then Brian, and then Marcel Aitman. And all these guys are making great plays. And then you're like just excited to go be a part of it. And so from that standpoint, it's been a lot of fun. And those rookies have kind of jump-started it.
Hey, Hunter, Scott with Raider Nation Radio. Question for you. You know, you and Derek have a close relationship. We've talked about that in the past. Heading into this camp, just a few days on the field and, of course, through walkthroughs, how does that relationship and that rhythm that you guys have together feel different this camp versus last camp as a rookie?
Unbelievable. I'm like not scared to ask him a question anymore. You know, I'll joke with him and give him a hard time. Last year I was like he was like the teacher. You know, I wasn't gonna mess with the principal, but it's been cool just to have a friend like that and how weird this offseason has been, it's been good to kind of try to social distance as much as we could, but also be able to go out there and run some routes and talk through some things. And it's just the game has slowed down so much for me where I can see kind of what he's seeing a little bit. And he's still light years ahead of me, but just little things like if I'm trying to run a choice route, just being able to see 2 high versus 1 high, what we're trying to get done on the play, kind of know his progressions. And it's been a lot of fun. It really has. And there's not a better quarterback out there than Derek. As a leader, first off, just how he commands the attention of the whole team, what he does for everybody. There's nobody else in the world I'd rather have. And he has what it takes, and it's going to be awesome to go prove that this year.
Hunter, looking back on your first season, how would you kind of explain how it went? How would you analyze how your season went as compared to expectations? And then also, what was your homework assignment over the summer?
Yeah, so I really didn't have many expectations last year. I just kind of wanted to be the best version of myself. And through the first probably half of the season, it was bad. Like I was doing what I said earlier. I was just worried about lining up right and knowing what to do. I had no I didn't even think about like how to get it done. And as the season progressed, I got more comfortable and kind of figured out, all right, I got to do it my way. I got to just go out there and have fun with it and use my technique and play around with some things. So it got better, obviously, as it went along, like it should. But it's been fun. I don't even remember the last part of your question.
Did you have a homework assignment over the summer? And real quick, going back to that, was there a time that you remember that it clicked for you? You said the first half didn't go.
Yeah, honestly, I know I've talked about it before, but I went home, and I'm big on just processing things and just thinking how I want to set people up, how I can make this route look like all my other routes. If I run a choice, I want to set it up like I'm running a sail so I can attack them vertically. Everything stems off the vertical stem. But when I went home for the bye week and kind of I went hunting and be able to sit in a tree stand and kind of just sit back and think about things. And then I think we played Green Bay that next week, and I didn't have a great statistical game, but I was able to kind of, something clicked for me, and then I just felt a lot more comfortable. And then my homework assignment for this year was just to get a little stronger in the core. I feel like I've done that, and just be able to kind of envision. Last year, everything was happening so fast. You went to the Senior Bowl. We played National Championship, Senior Bowl, got married, moved all the way across the country. Everything was just happening. So this year, I just really wanted to be able to visually plan the season out, know what to expect, and just get better at, all right, if it's 1 high versus 2 high, what can I do on some things? I think in Cincinnati, I ran a choice route, and I should have seen that backside lurking safety come down. Little things like that. Just be able to recognize coverages a little better.
Hey, Hunter, Paul Gutierrez here from ESPN. We talk a lot about speed and how guys like Henry Ruggs can take the top off of a defense, but what does that do for guys that are running the intermediate and shorter routes, and especially for a slot receiver?
That opens it up, hopefully. It's been good. I mean, Waller's one of the fastest tight ends out there. So it was good to have him last year. And Henry, Nelson's a blazer, Zay Jones, Rico. I mean, all these guys can run. And so it's awesome. It just stretches the field vertically. Or if we give a speed sweep horizontally, and then you can attack them vertically. So that's kind of what football is about. Just spread people out and then get some guys in space to be able to do some things. So it's been awesome. It really has. And it's been fun to I'm not nearly as fast, but it's been fun to kind of get off the line and just see if I can stay within a couple yards of them on my get off.
Hey, Hunter, it's Chris, CBS here in Las Vegas. Can you just talk to me? We hear so much about how complicated Gruden's offense is. Can you kind of talk about, maybe as a layman, if someone's listening to you talk about how complicated that offense is, can you kind of explain it to us and how you're grasping it after 1 year?
Yeah, at Clemson, it was all like one word. Like it was spread right, and we just say one word, and everybody knew what to do. And it was funny. I was talking to Nelson yesterday on during our walkthrough, and he was saying how much fun this offense is because you don't just teach one play. Like maybe in Philadelphia where he was saying that one receiver just knows what he does on that play. Everybody knows what everybody's doing on this play. You teach concepts here. And so you could have a play called and then you could rotate it and everybody's in a different spot and still the same play called. And so it's just a lot of fun. You can kind of get matchups how you want them to. A lot of verbiage. I know if you've watched Coach Gruden's quarterback camp, it's a lot of verbiage, but it's a lot of fun. It makes you think, and it tells everybody what to do. And so it's a fun offense, especially when you have pieces that can, like you said, stretch the field vertically. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Guys.
Hey Hunter, Willie Ramirez with Las Vegas Associated Press. You had mentioned earlier the strength of your faith that you lean on, and then you made mention about, I think, a bye week, your mental games in a tree stand. Sounds like you're very into your spiritual self, if you will. The addition of Randall Cunningham with this organization as the chaplain, I'm wondering if you've already established a relationship with him, if he's been around yet. I'm not sure if he's made his way in with the team or met with certain players who follow a faith. And if so, how that's gone. If not, how much you're looking forward to having him, such a legend like that, to be able to sort of, reflect your faith with him.
Yeah, I didn't watch him much as a player. I was so young. My dad loved him as a player. But he has not been around here much just because of all the protocols and everything. We've had I think, Zoom call with him once. But I'm super excited because football is hard enough going out there, and you put all the pressure on yourself. So he's able to release that, and no better guy to listen to than Randall Cunningham. I mean, he's been through it all. He's been with Coach Gruden. He knows how he coaches. And so I think he's able to free a lot of the players up and kind of take away all the worries off the field so that we can just be the best version of ourselves on the field.
Hunter, the Raiders made a lot of investment defensively through the draft and free agency. Are you noticing a different looking defense that you're working against in practice so far?
Absolutely. I mean, just a lot more speed, a lot more athleticism. It's not easy to go against those guys, which is good. I mean, competition breeds success, and so every day just ironing, sharpening iron. And I mean, you have so many. I think the biggest part that I've noticed is, you have some studs, Corey Littleton, those guys, but you have so much depth as well. And I think that's what it's going to take to get to where we want to get to. I think the depth that we've brought in, Mac has done a tremendous job through the draft and through free agency. I'm excited just to see how far they can take us.
Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank y'all.